Hi guys, it's Mr. Holly. Today we're looking at how to solve one variable inequalities. As we do this, I'm going to kind of discuss how this worksheet works. There's kind of a gimmick to it. And you're able to do this worksheet by yourself, or it's actually designed to be done with a friend. So maybe you could link up with somebody on a Google Meet or something or a Zoom and do this together, and you guys could kind of work with one another, just like if you're working together in class. But if that doesn't work out, you can just work on your own. So as we look at these problems, what you're going to see is for every question, like question 1, they're going to have the same solution. So if you didn't come up with the same solution as the other person, then one of you is incorrect. You need to go back and check your work. If you're doing this by yourself, then you should do 1 and 1, and if you didn't get the same answer for both of them, go back and revisit your work and see if you can find your errors. So I'll do a couple here as an example for you. When I look at number 1, I'm going to solve this in the same way that I solved equations, right? So the strategy that we used was to make a constant of 0. So I see 3x minus 8. I want this to be plus 0. So in order to make this 0, I would have to add the opposite. When I do that, I get 3x is less than 12. 3x is less than 12. Now if I divide by 3, because I want to make my coefficient 1, so 3x times 1/3 or divided by 3 gives me 1x. X is less than 4. Now let's come over here to this side and let's try this problem. I should get x is less than 4 for my answer. So I want my constant to be 0, so I'm going to subtract 5. Subtract 5, I would get negative x is greater than negative 4. Right, now, I'm not solving for negative x, I'm solving for positive x. So how would I go from, if I think about the coefficient here, the coefficient of negative x is negative 1. What would I need to multiply or divide by to go from negative 1 to positive 1? Well, negative 1 times negative 1 is going to be positive 1. So I need to multiply by negative 1, and that makes this now positive 1x. I would also multiply by negative 1 on this side. This is 4. Now, with inequalities, the one nuance, the one difference between equations and inequalities is that anytime we multiply by a negative number, you must flip the sign. If you multiply or divide by a negative number, you're going to flip the sign. So this is greater than, when I multiply by this negative number, I now need to change it to less than, and what you'll see is we have the same solution. X is less than 4, x is less than 4. All right, excellent. Pencil's getting dull, let's get a different one. All right. Let's go down here and try something else. How about number 4? This one looks a little bit trickier. Here I see some number being multiplied by a difference inside of parentheses. So I've got an extra step involved here. Whenever we're doing problems like this, whether it's an equation or an inequality, we have 2 different ways that we could go about doing it. Some of you are going to find it easiest to go ahead and distribute this 2 and rewrite the left side of your equation as 2x minus 8. All I've done is rewrite that as an equivalent expression. I've not done anything to the value of this expression, and therefore I'm not going to do anything to the value of the expression on the right. I did not change this value at all. I just wrote the expression in an equivalent way. Now, I need this to be a constant of 0. 2x is equal to, I made a 0 here. 2x is less than or equal to positive 4. Divide by 2, and x is less than or equal to 2. Sorry, I'm running out of space there. X is less than or equal to 2. Now, there is another way that we can do this. I'm going to actually write this problem over here again. Some of you prefer to look at this as another strategy we talked about. We can do order of operations backwards, like PEMDAS, in reverse, and we're going to undo these operations in order. And if I look at this, expression on the left, I see subtraction, but that subtraction is happening within parentheses. So I have to save everything in the parentheses for last. We're undoing this, so we're going to deal with what's in the parentheses last. This means I would undo this multiplication first. I do that by dividing by 2. X minus 4 is less than or equal to negative 2. Now I would add 4 to get x by itself. Over here I'm going to add 4 as well, and I get x is less than or equal to 2. That's the same answer, same solution set. It's exactly the same. We just chose 2 different ways to solve this inequality. Now, number 4, we have a similar scenario here. Here we do not have parentheses, but we have grouping because this is a rational expression. Anytime we have a rational expression, we have to treat this numerator as if it were a group. One way I like to tell my students to do this and to think about this is I say, could you write this using a division symbol? Like, what if you had to write that with a division symbol? Well, that's negative x plus 8 divided by 2, but I would have to think about that as negative x plus 8 in parentheses divided by 2. Like, this goes together. So this numerator is a grouping tool. We may not be used to it as a grouping tool, but it is. So we have to think about it as such, and we're going to come to this expression, negative x plus 8. That's the last thing we're going to deal with because we have to treat this as parentheses or as a group. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to multiply by 2 because we are undoing divide by 2. We're undoing this division. So I'm multiplying all of this by 2. I'm going to multiply this side by 2. These cancel. Times 2 divided by 2, those are inverse operations. They cancel out. Or a 2 in the numerator, 2 in the denominator. It creates a 1. So all I'm left with is negative x plus 8 greater than or equal to 6. Now if I subtract 8 from each side, I get negative, or the opposite of x, is greater than or equal to negative 2. Why do I write a 3 when I say 2? All right, I'm going to take this expression and just rewrite it right here. Same thing, sorry. Ideally, I would continue to work straight down, but I just want to write it over here so we can discuss what's happening next. Now, next, I have the opposite of x is greater than or equal to negative 2. Same discussion we had at the top there. If my coefficient is negative 1, to make my coefficient 1, I would need to multiply by negative 1 because negative 1 times negative 1 is 1x. Multiply this side by negative 1, I'm going to get a positive 2. And because I multiply by a negative, the sign flips. X is less than or equal to 2. So as you can see, when we check, we have the same answer for Coach A, number 4, and Coach B, number 4. So they should be the same. I don't see any other specific examples that we should take a look at. I will note that like question 10 is an 8th grade standard, and you probably don't need to worry about question 10. Let me go ahead and do it for you just so that it works out. With question 10, let's combine our like terms here. We have negative x plus 9 less than or equal, or is less than, 2x minus 12. Now, the important thing here is that I want all of my x variables on one side of the expression. So this is negative, So I would like to deal with positive x variables. So I'm going to add x to each side. Now I've created a zero pair here because negative x plus x is 0. So I've created a zero pair. 9 is less than 3x minus 12. Add 12 to each side. I would get 20. I gotta bring this up here. I'm sorry. 21 is less than 3x. If I divide by 3, 7 is less than x. So this is my solution. 7 is less than x. You could also write it as x is greater than 7, right? Either of those, that's the same thing. You can try this one on your own. It's an 8th grade skill, potentially even an algebra skill. So you can try that, but don't worry about not reaching this level just yet. Variables on both sides is beyond 7th grade, but you can probably do it, a lot of you. So good deal. There you go. I hope that helps.